Hey everyone, welcome to my Base Day 1 survival series. We're on day 165 here. I've been building the skyscraper off to the side, but it is now time to make a base tour and a download available in the top pinned comments below. Now I'm kind of struggling at the moment to either make this a POI or a full save. The full save file is absolutely huge, so it's really hard to share that, but as a POI I can teach you guys how to pop it in your own world. Anyway, let's get moving on here. So this base is my base day 1, which means I started building this literally on the first night. I spent the first night in a tiny wood box that I made. The grind on this series has been real. I bet about 80% of my play has now become grind, especially for the skyscraper project. But just for this even, it took me forever to get this together. But we have some killer defenses. We have some SMG nests kind of kicking around. We got a whole bunch of electric fencing through here and a ton of blade traps, which one actually sounds like it's kind of damaged. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these nests all together. Now we probably could put more of them in, but honestly I find with the balance of the traps I'm able to easily take on the Horde Knights, which I still do owe you guys a 64 times zombie Horde Knight on this. We did 32. I'm not going to tell you guys how well that turned out, but it will be down in the top pinned comments there if you want to check it out. Anyway, today is actually a beautiful day to be doing our base tour. I don't have the exact dimensions of this base because it just kind of kept getting bigger and bigger, and it's actually got several layers of defenses on the inside too. Not crazy defenses, but defenses nonetheless. So each of these pillboxes here have a way for me to get in and out of them. If I'm on land. I also do have a landing pad for my gyrocopter on top of the building. But if we come down here, there's tunnels all the way around. All the wiring for the turrets comes through here. It's all nice and neat and tucked in. And if we come down this hallway, if you guys watched it, I know a lot of people don't like that because it was just simply me digging music. I enjoyed making it, and it gave me something to do with all the footage. Because it was about 14 hours. But there we go. So that was like the last grind videos. So that's going to kind of stay up there, I think. We're going to keep that. But if we look over here, this is my basement level. Everything is accessible from down here. That has to do with the turrets, the entrance, and all my electrical stuff. So we have all my generator banks down here. And if you look, I actually have everything all nice and separated up. And I can just come in here and turn them off. Do these things actually need to be refueled? It's probably been a little while. Nope, we're good on the fuel. Okay, and then up here we have our turrets. This one controls our turrets, and then this one controls our electric fence. So each side has its own separate defenses. That way if something happens to one side, all the other 3 sides still run correctly. So this took a little while to get together. This was a huge project. But if we go up one more level, there's actually a ton of history up here. If we take a look at this one wood block right here, that's one of my OG blocks that I replaced. We're actually in the basement of my original build. Ground level is right here where this roof is. Anyway, up here we have a whole bunch of wiring and stuff going on. This leads out to where all the blade traps and stuff are. So I could just come in here, take all the frame blocks out, put them all back in. I don't know if these things actually matter, but it is what it is. They haven't come down this way, so maybe that does stop their pathing, and they don't really try to bang downwards. So anyway, these are all blocked off. I'm going to pop one of these out here, and we'll go take a look at where all the blade traps and stuff are. Okay, so if we come on out here, this is where all the wiring for the blade traps are. I've done this for extra protection from explosions, just in case the zombies end up down here, right? I don't really want them banging them up too much. So all the electric fence here is, you can actually access it from underneath here to hook it all up. See? Look at that. I can pick it up from here too. So we can fix most things from down here, and all the blade traps run along here, and those are all the relays for it. So that's pretty much the sub-basement. If you take a look where we are, we're still on the outside of the base. It's where it drops down one level. Anyway, moving on, let's go back inside. I gotta replace these frame blocks here. So if we take a look here, we're back in this room. This is where all my forges and everything used to be. I used to be down here, and I dug down a couple blocks to give myself some more space in the wood box. But if we look over here, these are some of the original upgraded blocks that I put down, some of my original cobblestone. So these must have been like within the first second week that I placed these. They haven't been upgraded and they haven't been touched since. We decided to leave them all along the wall here. Just for that reason. Alright, let's head up to our main floor here. Okay, so this is where all my storage is. I have all the boxes here. They're mostly labeled, mostly organized. So this here, if we take a look at this frame right here, was my original wood box that I made. I just filled it in, upgraded it, and then kept building outwards as we went. So we'll go out to the first layer here. So once this was a wood box, put a whole bunch of spikes out here for our first defenses, our early defenses. And then I ended up building these along the outside. That way I could take on the zombies between the pillars. But I made a noob mistake. I totally forgot that dogs can get in between these now, and zombies ragdoll through them. So they weren't as effective, and we quickly abandoned them. But because they actually look pretty good and they let a lot of sunlight in, I kept them and upgraded them to steel, and then put this bulletproof glass on the back side of it, just as a extra defense here. Okay, so now this is what's come into my main production line here. I produce all of my stuffs. We got some sand going on, we got some blocks going on. These forges right here, gonna get a little bit of forge lag because we're still on 18.3. I don't do experimental unless it's the original. But all these forges here are running our cement for us 24/7. We dug out a huge hole and got tons and tons and tons of stone products. So we have, I think, some over there too. Yeah, we have some stone over there too. And these ones here are the ones making all of my steel for me. So I should probably actually top these off and get them going after this tour here, because these things need to be going 24/7. These ones here are making our bulletproof glass for us. I have 6 of these. We need tons of these for my skyscraper project. Anyway, moving on. This is a tour, not about what's going on right now. Let's go up to the second level here. So this, of course, at one point was just normal blocks. They've been upgraded now, as you can see, to bulletproof, just to make it look nice. And then I eventually built a second level on this. I do believe I made it out to here. And then I was like, oh crap, I need a second level because of the birds. So we built this, and that was all originally wood. It's been upgraded to iron. And then we needed more defenses, so I built another ring around the outside. And I filled this all in at one point with iron spikes. So it's been kind of replaced and redone since. Now, in my normal Let's Play, we never actually had any zombies come into this area, except for when I first built it. Because when I first built it, I actually had a way to get up from here. It was stairs. I had stairs going up here, and I forgot to take out the bottom couple. Instead of just using ladders. Ladders would have been easier. Anyway, they all literally beelined it for those stairs and like drilled their way through the base. So the reason this base works like this is because there's no logical way for them to easily get up here. So what they'll do is they'll damage one area and tend to go for the one area. So I have to defend like weak points in my walls. It's quite fun. I'm really looking forward to the 64 zombies. It's going to be really intense. So we ended up building this, and then it slowly began to be upgraded to steel and iron bars in and throughout. So if they even do get through this first wall here, I can shoot down at them, right? Hopefully if that does happen, I can stall them out down here and they don't keep bashing their way in towards the inside. But anyway, let's go up top here to the top level. Here we go, right up into our greenhouse. So this is our greenhouse here. I'm growing a bunch of mums because I need a whole ton of paint for our project. But we do have a nice little landing strip on here. It's pretty much the only thing I've really crazy painted in here. I do like the natural look of it. It's just literally steel and concrete. That's kind of how I want to keep it. Except for the inside where I have a little bit of painting done with the brick. But up here we built, this is one of our last projects actually. We built a greenhouse, and guys, check it out. I finally finished the glass on that side. And up top here, up top of this greenhouse is 2 different levels. I kind of made it a little bit extravagant, but because I can. This is on right Yeah, it's on. Okay, cool. So this is our bird defenses up here. These are actually super effective taking out the vultures on Horde Night. So, or even like a vulture wandering horde. It takes them out really easily. So it seems like they're high enough up here while I'm down there fighting the horde that they don't fly out of range for them. So there we go. That's our easy, simple vulture solution. And there we go. So you guys pretty much seen it all here. You've seen the inside and the outside. Like I said, over time it's progressed. Like I built these little things here. These things are actually really highly effective at catching the cop spit. It catches quite a bit of it. They're a little bit of a pain to repair, but what I've done, I can even upgrade these things too. It's just unnecessary. I don't think I have to spend any more steel on this because I want it for my skyscraper. So we're calling it finished. Anyway, to get these things fixed up, I forgot I can jump 2 meters here now. All I have to do is jump up here, and I can actually hit all of the bottoms of these by standing on one frame. It's really easy to do that, so I can hit the top and bottom to repair it all. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy. If you do want to check it out, I'm going to make a tutorial video on how to put a POI in your world. It's actually pretty damn easy to do. If you guys have been following my other stuff, I've been learning how to use the POI editor and stuff, so those are pretty cool skills because I do like to build. I'm going to have to call it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, press the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
What you people say, I'm gonna do my thing my way. No matter what you people do, I'm gonna do my thing much better than you. No matter what you say or do, oh boy, you're out of luck. It's gonna roll right off of me like water off the back of a duck. And I go, yeah, I go.
Good boy.